That's not something I'd normally expect to see on a hardtail straight from the factory, but is such a nice upgrade to have straight out the box. They have a really loud free hub for those of you who like that. In terms of finishing kit, they've not skimped either. There's not much I would upgrade on this. Hi, I'm David, and this is Radon's Cragger 8.0 hardtail. It's one of their higher end hardtails and retails at just under €2,000. And for that, you get a RockShox pike up front, DT Swiss wheels, a SRAM GX 1x12 drivetrain, and a dropper post. Let's take a closer look. So up front, there is the RockShox pike set to 140mm. It is running the more basic Charger damper, which only has low speed compression and of course takes tokens in the air side. The brakes are Magura MT5s, plenty of stopping power with 180mm rotors front and back. At the lever end, they are running Magura's 2-finger levers, which are fine for 1-finger braking if your hands are big enough like mine. But even so, I prefer to swap them out for Magura's 1-finger HC levers, which I find have much better feel for me. The drivetrain has a 12-speed 10 to 50 cassette at the back here, which will get you up pretty much anything. And up front is also equipped with an E13 chain guide. That's not something I'd normally expect to see on a hardtail straight from the factory, but is such a nice upgrade to have straight out the box. The DT Swiss wheels, while they come with tubes, are actually already tubeless taped. They have a really loud free hub for those of you who like that, 6-bolt discs, and unlike a lot of factory spec wheel sets right now, have a 30mm internal width, meaning you can run just about any rubber that will fit on here without fear of the tread becoming like a weird Mohican or squaring off too much. In terms of finishing kit, they've not skimped either, with mostly race face finishing kit and a 780mm width bar, which means there's not much I would upgrade on this. The dropper post is STG's 150mm Talis, which comes with an underbar lever remote. It's built around a sealed gas cartridge, meaning that if you do have to service this or replace the cartridge, it is very easy to take apart and put back together. In fact, I did have to do it once during this test, and it's quite a quick job. It's an alloy 29er frame with a 65-degree head angle, which quite a few years ago might have been seen as extreme. Nowadays, not so much, but it's slack enough to get you down pretty much anything. At the back, it has these thinned out chainstays to improve feel, though being alloy, I still found it could occasionally feel a little twangy. The cable routing is a mixture of internal and external routing, with plenty of options for you should you need them, including an extra cable port here and here for a front Mac if you choose to run one. Over here, there are bolt-on guides on the down tube, which in this case are carrying the dropper cable and the rear brake. That especially I really like, because it means you can just swap out that rear brake without having to bleed it. And that is pretty much it for the Radon Cragger 8.0. It is a really sorted hardtail out of the box. In fact, even the contact points suited me well, and they are normally the first things to go on a new bike for me. The only things I did to winterize it were add this tiny mudguard and switch out the front tyre for something with a bit more bite, but everything else has been well up to spec for a British winter and a huge variety of different trails and weather conditions.